What makes an empire eternal? Power, wealth of vision. Before Rome, before Alexander, there was Persia, the empire that touched the sky. It began around 550 BC, when a man named Cyrus, son of a tribal king, dreamt of uniting the world. Cyrus the Great conquered not for destruction, but for order. His empire stretched from the Aegean to the Indus, built not by fear but by respect. When he took Babylon, there was no bloodshed. He freed captives, restored temples, and declared freedom. Words etched forever in Cyrus' cylinder. Persia's great words etched forever in Cyrus' cylinder. Persia's greatness wasn't just in battles, it was in building. Roads stretched for thousands of miles, couriers rode with messages faster than the wind. And in the heart of it all stood Persepolis, the city of gold and fire, built not just as a capital but as a symbol of heaven on earth. After Cyrus came Darius the Great, the architect of the Persian dream. He brought order to chaos and ruled an empire of 30 nations. Under Darius, Persia spoke many tongues but shared one system, one currency, one vision. It was the first empire to rule not by fear but by administration. And through it all burned the sacred flame, the light of Ahura Mazda, the god of truth, in the feet of Zoroastrian. Then even light cast shadows. Darius looked west towards Greece and dreamt of conquering the world once more. His armies marched to Marathon, confident, vast, unstoppable, but there a handful of Greeks showed that even gods could bleed. When Darius fell, his son Xerxes took the throne, the same king who would face the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae. Persia reached its peak of its glory and the edge of its downfall. Empires built on vision must be carried by humility, or they crumble under their own gold. Power builds empires, but wisdom sustains them. And when wisdom fades, even gods can fall. The story of Persia teaches us something timeless. True greatness isn't measured by how much land you rule, but by how many hearts you unite. Cyrus built bridges where others built walls. Darius dreamt of a system, not sword. And maybe that's the lesson for us, that every time we choose understanding over domination, we keep the flame of civilization alive. Empires don't disappear overnight. They fade the same way people do, slowly, quietly, the moment they forget why they rose in the first place. Persia began with a dream bigger than conquest, a dream that said power could be guided, that strength could choose restraint, that leadership could sound like understanding instead of fear. Cyrus didn't rule by crushing voices. He listened, and in doing so, he taught the world that mercy is not weakness, it is discipline in its highest form. Darius looked at chaos and didn't swing a sword. He built system, he built something that could carry people forward long after his footsteps were gone. But even the brightest fire needs care. Left alone, it doesn't just go out, it burns everything around it. And ambition, when it forgets humility, has a way of mistaking power for purpose. History doesn't punish empire for dreaming big. It questions them for forgetting their responsibility. So let this story sit on you, because greatness isn't measured by how much you controlled, but how much order, dignity, and meaning you leave behind. Build something that can survive your absence. Lead in a way that doesn't need fear to stand. Choose wisdom when domination feels easier. Because crowns fall, cities crumble, names fade into dust. But the fire of intention, tended with humility and vision, has a way of lighting paths for people you will never meet. And maybe that's the real legacy. Not how high you rise, but how much light remains after the fire settles.